It's now June, and our portfolio has done really well over the past 6 months, and I hope it continues to do so over the next 6 months. So in this video, I want to break down my portfolio's performance and go over each of my holdings and how I'm feeling about each of them. We started this portfolio around 2 years ago, and that's when I started taking investing really seriously. And since then, I've learned so much, and my investing strategies have changed quite a bit. If you look back on my older videos, I was highly concentrated into the S&P 500 and the Mag 7, and now you look at my portfolio and I only have 5 holdings. And a lot of my holdings are under a $15 billion market cap, so we have some smaller companies in our portfolio. But like I said, I want to go over how I'm feeling about each one and what is my plan for the rest of 2025. All right, so as you see, quite a green day for us, up over 2.5% at the 69,000 mark. We're right there, all-time high, super close. Now I want to take a look at our year-to-date performance. We're up 84.79% as of today. And like I said, we're 6 months into the year. I don't know if we're exactly in the middle of the trading days years, but regardless, amazing performance, crushing the S&P 500, crushing the QQQ index, and that is ultimately my goal, is to just outperform the benchmarks. I'm not competing against other investors or competing against individual stocks. I simply just want better returns in the market. And our 5 holdings right up here on the top right, you have Tempest AI, Robinhood Markets, which is now our second largest holding, Hims & Hers Health, Tesla, and Rocket Lab. You guys know Tempest AI is my highest conviction holding. It's been my largest position for quite some time. It says here my average cost is 50, and that's because I was assigned on some covered calls and I had to buy back in. But originally I was buying this stock in the 30s and 40s, and our returns have been amazing. I'm still extremely bullish on Tempest AI. Yes, it's had quite the run up recently, but I don't think we're overvalued. I think we're starting to approach fair value here around the $70 range, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it trade much higher, especially in this market where you have like the CoreWeave IPO soaring and other companies like Circle Internet Group, which also just IPO'd. These stocks are mooning, and this could be the market just being a little bit more risk on. Maybe the market's a little more optimistic about AI and trade deals happening possibly. But I don't plan to trim my Tempest AI or buy any more. I'm comfortable with how my position is built out so far. I plan to just keep holding my shares, writing covered calls to generate premiums. And I think the rest of 2025 is going to be amazing for Tempest AI. Next up is Robinhood Markets. You have a little red day for Robinhood because they were not included in the S&P 500 last Friday. Seems like a very stupid reason to sell a stock in my opinion, but we did have a monster run up to the $75 mark, which is insane. Robinhood alone is up 85% year to date. Once again, I don't think we're getting expensive here. I think we're just approaching for value. You also have Bitcoin running, which is helping Robinhood, it's crypto side of the business. You also have Robinhood Banking, which is coming in the second half of the year. This team is just executing, and Vlad is doing an amazing job as a CEO. I don't plan on selling any of my Robinhood, but I would not be opposed to buying more Robinhood, bringing my total share count from 250 shares to 300 shares. But I would like to wait for a little dip. And with these new product launches and Robinhood's ability to scale, I would not be surprised to see this stock continue to run for the rest of 2025. Hims & Hers Health, it's been a battleground stock all of 2025. Earlier in the year, you had them go from all the way down to $25 a share pretty much. Now we're back up at the $50 range. You just had them announce an acquisition of Zava, which is a European telemedicine, telehealth company. It increases their members by 50% and is the beginning of international expansion for Hims. A very strategic acquisition from Hims. We don't know the official details of how much they acquired Zava for, but I do trust management and Andrew. They wouldn't drastically overpay for an acquisition. Again, I don't plan to touch my position. I have a sexy average cost on here at $27. I don't plan on trimming any of it. I'm just writing covered calls right now, generating premium, but I'm being very conservative with my covered calls because I do not want to get assigned. The future is very bright for Hims & Hers Health for the rest of the year. I would not be surprised to see new all-time highs in 2025. Tesla. Now, this is going to be a controversial one because I've seen a lot of Tesla bulls selling out of their stocks recently, and there's been a whole bunch of discussions going on around X. As for me, I am not selling any of my Tesla position. Am I frustrated as an investor? Absolutely. I don't want to get into the whole drama between Elon Musk and Donald Trump right now, maybe in another video, but it is quite the headache to be a Tesla investor sometimes, especially when you have the CEO causing problems with the most powerful man in the world, which could lead to regulatory hurdles. But the long-term bull case for Tesla is autonomy, and autonomy at scale. You have full self-driving and their robotaxi business, which is launching this month in Austin. So my eyes are watching that and how fast they scale the robotaxi business across the nation and eventually globally. I believe this will be a huge bump to revenue and free cash flow, and I think meaningful revenue from Optimus is still years away. However, while this robotaxi network scales, I want to see meaningful progress in Optimus. I want to see their production ramp up, them using it internally and possibly selling some externally. I do think this whole Elon and Trump nonsense will blow over eventually, but is definitely a bridge that is burned down. I'm very disappointed with how Elon Musk handled the situation, and that's all I'll say about that. But I'm not buying more, I'm not selling, I am just holding my position. And after the whole Trump-Musk feud, you have Rocket Lab up over 10% in the beginning of the day. Now it's settled down a little bit, only up nearly 4%. And this is because investors are predicting that the government will start looking for alternatives to SpaceX because of the whole Elon Musk and Trump feud. This could be true. This isn't one of my bull cases for Rocket Lab, but I do see it as a number one competitor to SpaceX. It's building an end-to-end space company, small launch, space services, a pure play on the space economy. I don't plan on adding any more. I think we're a little overextended right now at the $30 range, but with Neutron coming in the second half of the year, I would not be surprised to see the stock keep running. And that's really it for this video, guys. I know it's kind of a short one, but I really just wanted to break down each holding, what I'm doing for the rest of the year, and it's really just sitting on my hands, stacking cash, and letting my stocks do their thing. That's a big part of investing. It's not always the most exciting thing. A lot of it is just sitting around and waiting. But our performance has been outstanding, and I hope to continue to outperform the indexes for the next 6 months and the next 6 years. But I'm going to document my journey every step of the way. If there's any meaningful changes to my strategy, you bet I will make a video on it. But right now, I am still super confident and concentrated in these 5 companies, these 5 innovative, disruptive companies. And that's why I'm betting so big on them, and I'm so concentrated as an investor. In my opinion, you don't need 50 stocks. You just need 5 good ones. So as always, thank you guys for watching and taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Remember, you can join my Discord for free, and if you want access to my Tempest AI deep dive and long-term valuation model, and I also just published my Hims and Hers and Robinhood deep dives and valuation models. So become a premium member to access those. I'm also working on my Tesla and Rocket Lab one right now, so that will be coming soon over the next week or two. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay blessed. Take care of yourself.